Hi everyone, I'm GBKuhleen, and today we're gonna open and build the MiniVerse Lifestyle Series. They now call it the Home Series, but we all know this is the Lifestyle Series. But either way, let's open this one and see what we got. For those of you that are new here and unfamiliar with this series, they do not come in a ball. It's rather this shape that I do not really know how to describe. I guess it could be some kind of weirdly shaped crate because as you can see, there's a wood pattern on it. Okay, so that method won't work where we just pop it open and drop everything because, yeah, things are just getting held in there. So this series comes with 12 items to collect in total, and most of them are either flowers or plants or birds. To be totally honest with you, I'm mostly interested in the birds. In this first pouch, we got some tweezers, and then you have these two legs that snap into the middle part of the capsule and makes a little display for your creation. I just realized something interesting. You can actually put these back, or at least put just one of it back. And then we have a little nook. Maybe you can paint something behind it so it looks even better. But technically, if you close it like this, then you can, arrange them as you want and they're all gonna stay upright. They're not gonna fall or anything, which is I guess one of the reasons why they make this and they don't give you resin for most of these creations. So nothing stays in place if it gets knocked over. Also, it seems like the hook in there can actually be turned so you can position it however you feel like it works best for your creation. That's pretty cool. Something I didn't notice during the time that I made the short on this, because if you haven't seen that video, I already made a MiniVerse Lifestyle. I got this nice hummingbird. It was pretty cool. There's some resin in here which doesn't really have any use because you can't see it or anything. I guess it just gives it a little bit of weight so then it's easier to actually hang it, maybe. I don't know, I can't think about anything else. And here we got two different types of bird feed, and I'm guessing it's for two different types of birds. Here's some rope, and I don't know about you, but the fact that they actually printed "Let's Hang" as a funny thing for this, yeah, doesn't feel really funny to me. So this is part of our bird feeder. All right, these are the other two parts, and I'm pretty sure there's a birdie hiding in here. Oh, birdie's hiding really good. Oh, there it is. Hello, little fellow. Welcome to the world of miniatures. Well, I dropped the bird. Okay, here it is. It's very tiny, but very detailed. I don't know exactly what type of bird this is, but it's looking pretty realistic in my opinion. It looks like a bird. I think we're gonna save this. It looks like it might be useful for other projects. So I was just checking the collector's guide and I think they made a mistake. Do you see how it shows us that the rope goes through the top part of the feeder, through the middle, and then in the base plate of the feeder, there's actually a hole and you can tie it underneath? Well, my friends, we have the hole in the top of the bird feeder, so that's good. But then there's no hole here. Technically here. It should be right there in the middle, and then this part technically should come off so you can tie it underneath and then put this back. But as you can clearly see, that is not the case. I'm guessing they probably just changed their mind, or maybe it's just like a factory thing that, they made a mistake. I don't know if you can hear it through the camera, but it's really, really windy outside right now. But I'm not gonna complain because after all, it is called a windy city. So before we put this together, I think it's a good idea to actually mix the two types of bird feed. Okay, I'm trying not to ruin the experience, but you know what this looks like? The mustard seeds and the nuts from a different series. But it does look like bird feeder in this, bird feed in this particular instance. It's not bad that they reuse things. It's just, yeah, I just want to point it out. And I'm actually serious, I'm not being sarcastic. Now this goes here. Hold on, I don't want to break it. Wait a minute, there's no actual holes that the bird feed should come out of? Oh man. I thought there's... never mind. So now let's fill it up. Okay, that's not gonna work. I need to bend this thing. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I don't want to overfill it because I want to have enough for here as well. Maybe we can add that there now and see what we have left. Gotta say, it looks pretty good. The only problem is nothing is sticking to nothing. There's no resin involved. Yes, I could get this and actually mix it in with some clear resin and then put it in here. But again, they did not offer you that in the package. And even though I usually do things different, this time I just want to make them the way they're showing us to, because honestly, I cannot think of any crazy creative ideas I can do with the Lifestyle series. But if you do come up with something, and if you have an idea, for example, for this one, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to see what is it that I could do different. And maybe I'm going to make a video where I just buy these again, collect all your suggestions, and try to make them differently like that. So now we need to add the top part. Wait, yes. No, first we need the rope, because once we put this on, we cannot tilt it or anything. So we're going to put it through there. Does it even fit? I literally just sharpened a piece of rope so that I can fit through there. Nice and easy. Now we're gonna make a little knot. See, that's another word I'm having trouble with. And we obviously want this knot to be as close as possible, or as small as possible. So we're gonna do this, kind of like push it down. Yeah, I think that's small enough. I don't want it to be extremely small. And then we're just gonna trim the ends. I think that looks pretty good. And now we can put it here on top. Oh, wait a minute, that's a problem. So the fact that we didn't get that hole in the base to run this rope all the way down means we cannot lift it up. I'm trying to see maybe if I can put a little bit of resin here and then hit it with the UV light from this angle. Let me try that. So I have some resin over here. This is the high viscosity one, so it's a lot thicker. It doesn't, flow as easy, which is good. That's all we need. And then, you guessed it, with a toothpick, we're gonna add some resin here and a little bit here. It doesn't matter if we make a mess because this is kind of like hidden. You're not gonna be able to see this part. What you do wanna make sure is that, this resin will touch that. And I'm gonna have to do this off camera because I need to lift it up so I don't spill everything. All right, let's see. Did it work? Yep, sure did. Okay, now it's time. Where's the birdie? Did the birdie escape? Oh, there she is. All right, so the bird will go somewhere here, I guess. And again, if you just put it like that, it's not gonna stay there. You do need to use a little bit of resin, especially because I don't want her beak to actually touch the glass. I'm gonna be prepared over here with the UV light. Okay, so if this hangs like this, we can put the birdie here on the corner. But this is where I want the bird to be. And for this, you literally need the smallest amount of resin, but still enough so that, the UV light can get to it. Okay, so here it is. In the meantime, I was able to find out that this bird is called a chickadee. So this is a chickadee bird feeder with the chickadee bird herself. It's looking pretty good, and even though there's no holes in that middle part, it does look like the feed is coming out. See? That's pretty wild. I think they made that portion of the plastic a little thinner, so that's what gives it that illusion. Too bad you can't, handle it, like you would want to. So let's see if we can get it inside here. I'm using this just to show you guys, but maybe a different angle would work better, but I cannot move the camera right now. Okay, and then this hook, I need to make sure it's turned like this. Alright, I'd say that's perfect. I mean, it looks great. Let's be honest, it does look great. Maybe we should remove the back part so there's more light coming in. Oh man, this is not going to be good. Let's put it to the side. I'm going to clean the set and we're going to open the next one. That's how I need to do it in 3 parts. Otherwise, when it catches on this, it's just going to rip off. Seems like we got a bag of soil. As usual, tweezers, the 2 little legs that we're not gonna need because I think I'm gonna just put it on this because it's pretty tall. And then we have this little shovel thingy for the soil. And then this is our little pot. It even has a tag over here, which is pretty cute. And then this is just the handle. And it's actually a 2-part. You get the inside part and then the outer part. And honestly, this kind of gives me Mini Brand's fashion vibes. So, well, let's put it back here. Actually, no, let's leave it outside because This is gonna make our life easier, the fact that we can pull it out, and then at the end we can just put it all back in here. And then this is our lovely plant, which actually reminds me, I need to get some plants for the condo. I don't have any plants in here. I mean, I do have one that was gifted to me as a, what's it called? Housewarming gift from my aunt. So I do have one plant and it's still alive, it's not dead. But I kind of want to get some of these big plants. Oh, it seems that these can be moved. That's nice. You can shape them however you want. Almost. I guess you can move them up and down. Pretty cool, MiniVerse. Cool upgrade. So if we put it like this in there and add the soil, I think it's still tall enough, but maybe it should be kind of like here. Here's the soil. I'm guessing let's add a little bit of it over here. I really like the texture on this. It's not just a quicksand. They also added like bits and pieces of, I guess, pebbles. So they upgraded this as well. And then we can actually use this part to push it down. Okay, I think that's a good height. Let's see how it will look once we put it in here. Maybe a little bit more. We need a little bit more height. Okay, that's good. And you know what? What I was gonna say is that I just had this crazy idea. You know how usually with the lifestyle you are fighting with the fact that, you know, these do not stay put in there and you put soil on top, but then it's kind of like wonky, and if you, I don't know, like hit it by accident or something, it just falls over. I was thinking, since we're gonna cover this with soil, what if we actually use some resin to stick this plant inside and make sure it stays in there? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this here resin, and I'm just gonna add some over there. And then we're gonna make sure it touches the sides and everything, make sure it's positioned the way we want it to be. Grab our UV light. And for some reason, even though I'm a lefty, I'm more comfortable handling the UV light with my right hand. I know, lefties are weird sometimes. So then we're gonna hit it with the UV light. Just need to add more soil here and make sure it looks really nice and good. I know you guys can barely see anything. Let me try this. Can you see better now? I don't know. I'm just gonna add it here and I'm gonna show it to you at the end. We need to add a little bit at a time, and then we're gonna just press it down, make sure it's nice and, you know, compact. And then we can fluff the top up. We can fluff the top part up with the little shovel. I know it's not a shovel, but I don't know exactly what's it called. Hatchet? No, it's not a hatchet. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. All right, I think this should be enough. Yeah, that looks good. And we're actually not gonna use a hatchet. Whatever that is. We're gonna use my favorite, a toothpick. Oh, now I know why it's so dark here, because of the leaves. You can't see, like the light doesn't reach that part. Yeah, it's still not better. I think that's better. You guys can see now. I just want to show you a little bit what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna poke it like this. And eventually, if you do it enough times, it's just gonna look like real soil. It's kind of like fluffing it up, you know? See, this side is already looking better. So I'm gonna keep doing this and I'm gonna show you the final results. All right, it's all done and here's how it looks. A lot more realistic, right? Now let's just put it in here. Maybe even this we can add some resin so that it stays in there. The good part about adding resin to this plant in that interior pot is that now you can lift it up and put it down as you wish. Let's just make sure the leaves are nice and fluffy. I think it's a lot better. I know they had plants in the past in different series of lifestyle, but these look a lot better. They're a lot bigger. I think they were including succulents in the other ones, and they looked good. They looked realistic, but I don't know. I like this bigger one. Can probably use it as a plant in my condo. I don't even need to go buy any. Anyway, in the meantime, let's put it over here. I'm gonna clean my set. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll see you with the next one. I think we got another bird. Seems like all the birds come with this thingy here. The other one, where we had the plant, it didn't have this little button, as I like to call it. We have another piece of rope. The color is slightly different, but it still says, let's hang. And in here, we got the little two legs and the tweezers. So let's put these here because we're gonna need them to hang our bird. All right. This is a very nice box. The company's called Wing Things. Birdhouse for the next generation. Oh, I get it. Funny. Let's see. Birdhouse number 12. Pre-cut pieces. Easy assembly. Birds will love it and so will you. Seems like there's one front and back, 2 sides, 1 base, and 2 roof parts, I'm guessing. Now I'm really curious to see if these are actually the parts or we're just getting the full house already made. Oh no, we are getting the parts. Whoa, that's crazy. I did not expect this. Look at that. We have each of the parts that were mentioned on the box and we're gonna have to build it ourselves, which I think is absolutely awesome. Again, no resin involved in this one either. So let me bring this here. Okay. Alright, I just wanted to see real quick which ones go first. So this little piece goes in there. This other piece goes in there. And that's what unites the front and back part. And then it all goes down here in the base part. And then technically this will go here. And then this would go here. But I have a feeling we first need to get our bird in. So let's see what we have in here. Look at that, you can already see inside. Oh, is that an egg? Oh my god, it is an egg. Let's get that egg out of there. Oh my god, that's so tiny. Whoops. Oh, there's more eggs. Sheesh. It literally looks as if I'm peeking inside a bird's nest right now. So we got a bird that is, oh, it's a cardinal. So we got a cardinal with 3 eggs. So this is how the eggs look. Pretty cool. And then this is our beautiful cardinal. I wanted to grab it with my hand just so you guys can see how small it actually is. And detailed at the same time. Although I don't know how we're gonna fit everything in here. We're gonna do our best. So I'm guessing this is the nest. Doesn't look that great. I mean, we can use this other part, but I don't even know how to make it look good. No, never mind. We're gonna use this. I think this is what we're supposed to use. So I think if you press it with your fingers and then kind of like pull a little bit, it will create that nest thingy. Yeah, I actually wish they would have, given you a nest, like already made nest. Because this is hard to get right. I'm trying different techniques here. Honestly, nothing much seems to work. Okay, that kind of looks good, but maybe we can trim everything else. Okay, that looks a little better, right? When you think about a nest, you usually expect like an oval or round shape. This is more square-ish. So we're gonna put our cardinal in there. And then, I mean, technically the eggs should go under, but we wanna see them. Or maybe I can put them under and then we can still see part of them. Yeah, I don't know. The nest is kind of like falling apart almost. I'm curious, once we put these, I'm really curious to see how high it would be. Where is it covering everything? So it's gonna cover mostly everything. We're gonna be able to see here through the back, but if you tilt it too much, everything will just fall out. Maybe we can place it so that the cardinal kind of like looks out. Oh, that's better. You can see a little bit of the eggs as well. I almost forgot about the rope, which we need before we put the roof on. Okay. I need to sharpen this one again. What I actually do, for those of you that can't tell, I'm actually cutting this at an angle. So then we have a really thin side that can go in easily. I don't think I'm going to take this one off. I'm just going to try to put it through like this. Alright, now let's tie the knot. And then trim these. And I think that's it. Let me increase the lighting a little bit so you can see inside. I like the concept a lot. It's just that, I don't know, it should have been a different method to put it in so that you can see inside, Maybe you'll leave one side open. I mean, it's still visible, but it's not, even with the naked eye, I know on camera it always looks different, but even with the naked eye, it's not as great as you can imagine. Anyway, let's put it right here. I would have liked if this top part, the roof, was actually maybe just a darker shade of this wood color. It would have also been like a nice contrast between this, and then this display case thingy. And maybe it would be nice to have a way to secure those things in place, Either way, let me clean my set and we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, we got quite a few items in here. It's no bird, I can tell you that much, because there's no dots here. And I think I have all the birds now. Yep, seems like I have all of them. Okay, this was very self-explanatory. We have a bamboo stake, and it's for an orchid. MiniVerse is once again generous. We got 2 packs of Jumbo Rocky Mix. Kind of wish they would do the same when it comes to the resin, especially the ones in the bottles. Those are almost always not enough. Again, here's the 2 little legs, which I don't think we're gonna need. We got the tweezers and then the little shovel. I'm gonna go search this up. I need to know how this is called. Okay, I figured it out. It's called a garden trowel. So kind of like towel, but you add a R between T and O, and it's a trowel. Or hand trowel, I saw that name as well. So either garden or hand trowel. Here's a nice clear bowl where the orchid will be. And then here's our beautiful yet delicate orchid. I'm curious to see how they tell you to make this. So you add some pebbles, then the bamboo stick, then that. Okay, let's take this one out. I am pretty confident that this will also kind of like move around and it's not going to be that great. So we are going to use a little bit of resin to hold at least this part in place, the bamboo stick. We're going to add a little bit of resin here, put in the bamboo stake, kind of like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit more because I really want this to stay in place. Okay, so far so good. Let's take this rocky mix out. We're actually going to put it in here. Now we're going to put this in. And now we're going to have to keep putting rocks here and there so that it holds all this thing in place. I really don't like that everything is kind of like moving around, and even if we get the orchid in a nice position, there's a chance that it just might, move around and mess everything up. Seriously, I don't like that one bit. Let's do this. Okay, so the orchid will never touch the bottom. Cool. So then let's get a couple of these bigger ones to lift it up a little bit. Let's see, is this enough height? Yes, okay. And now I'm going to cheat. I'm going to add some resin here, and then I'm going to cure it. Then I'm going to add a little bit more resin, and then we're going to put the orchid right over there. Okay, I think it's good like that. Now we're going to cure that in place, or rather stick it. That's what I'm basically doing. I'm just sticking the orchid to the pebbles. I'm going to adjust a tad bit more over here and let it kind of like flow down just to make sure it's secure. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now we can freely add those pebbles and not worry about, things moving around. I found a better technique. You just add as many as you can in there and then just kind of like shake them into place. And then towards the end, you can play around and place the last few. Oh, and by the way, I take that back. Never mind about MiniVerse being generous with the pebbles. We didn't get more than we needed. We literally got everything we needed. I have 2 more here. Well, I guess 3. And that's it. It's exactly how much you needed. I'm sure we can fit this somewhere. There we go, right over there. Okay, and now the final step is to get this little thingy here. Okay, maybe a little bit lower. I'm kind of liking the plants more than the birds. They're a lot bigger than they were in previous series, and I don't know, it's just like, they just look good. And from the birds, honestly, the only one I really like is that one over there. This one over here, the cardinal, I don't know, just doesn't. Yeah, and then I kind of like the hummingbird too, but that's my favorite. And with that, my friends, we have reached the end of this episode. I really hope you enjoyed the opening and building of the MiniVerse Lifestyle Series, or Home Series 1 as they call it. Once again, let me know in the comments all your ideas and what I could have done differently with these and make them different from what they show us in the collector's guide. I am very curious and I am so looking forward to see how creative you get. And who knows? If there's enough good ideas in the comments, I might do another episode on this series and bring all your suggestions to life. A huge thank you to everyone that subscribed to this channel and to everyone that will subscribe after seeing this episode. Now, as usual, you guys stay golden, keep on shining until the next video. Bye bye. Oops, touched the plant. Bye bye.